Poppy Playtime is an indie horror game that have a lot of scary moments, some of which are the boss fights. Some of them are good, and some aren't the best. And in today's video, I'm gonna be ranking all of them from worst to best. And without further delay, let's start. Coming in the last spot is Nightmare Huggy Chase from Chapter 3. Honestly, I don't know if this one should be ranked, because you can't really win. It's pretty much just a scripted event, but I decided I will anyway because it's technically a chase sequence. The most thing that I like about that chase is the intro with that VHS tape, specifically the moment where Nightmare Huggy crawls out of the TV. It just makes for a very cool surprise and a scary one. I really wished if mob games made this an actual chase instead of just a simple scene, but it is what it is and moving on. Coming number 5 is PJ Pagapillar Chase from Chapter 2. This one is overall really good. It has some nice uses of parkour elements, like the swinging with the rings. And I like the mechanic of having to stop when the lights are on and keep going when they are off. And PJ is the cherry on top. With his creepy wave crawling around, it's an overall brief section, but it's good enough to be put in here. Coming in number 4, we have Dog Day Chase from Chapter 3. This one is really good too, especially with its emotional build up with that scene with Dog Day, when it starts as he is a good guy just before the Smiling Critters plushies to take control of him. Gameplay wise, it's cool too, and the way he chases after us is really terrifying. Despite being short like PJ Chase, it's still a somewhat good one. Coming in number 4 is Mommy Longlegs Chases from Chapter 2. I said chases because it's more than one, which makes it really unique. In the first two encounters, you need to hide. One in the space up in that room where you need to pull levers to open that door, and the second when you need to hide in the furnace to avoid her. And her third and final chase is really cool. It have more variety comparing it to Huggy's chase from Chapter 1, because here you have to do more stuff, like swinging, jump, and more. But there's one thing that I really don't like here, and it's the fact it's incredibly easy and too linear. Now, nothing is wrong with being easy, but I feel that in chase like that, it should be far more tense. And her death scene after all the troubles is really disturbing, with her screaming and saying that if she dies, Prototype will take her body, and she is scared of being part of him.
What have you done? You make me part of you! You can't do this to me!
Coming number 3 is Catnap Boss Fight from Chapter 3. Unlike the previous ones where it's a chase, this one is a defense tower style, where you basically need to survive long enough to charge the generators with batteries while surviving Catnap. And there is multiple ways of blocking him using the smoke that are scattered in 4 entrances to send him away. Some of these requires more than putting the battery right in. And the two things that made me really love this boss fight is first the combinations of using the different grab packs, which I find to be really creative, and I really hope they do more with that concept in future chapters. And second is the vibe of playing FNAF that it gives, and I feel the devs got inspired straight up by FNAF gameplay formula. And then after surviving, we electrocute Catnap with our green hand just for the prototype to show up and kill him for some reason. Coming number 2 is Mr. Light Chase slash boss fight from Chapter 3. This is a weird one, because it's basically a chase, but along the way you need to do tasks, which are powering doors, using the batteries with your grab packs, making it quite harder and more stressful to do, unlike some previous chases where you just had to run. And once again, I find this concept to be really cool. But in my eyes, the highlight for this chase is the horror. It's incredibly scary and it's creepy, with the eerie look of the school combined with Miss Delight creepiness. And then in the end, we close down this door, crushing Miss Delight head, putting an end to her suffering. For number one, and what is in my opinion the best chase sequence in Poppy Playtime, this is Huggy Wuggy from Chapter 1. Honestly, this one is perfection. It's excellent in all aspects, but I feel what really sells this one is the build up throughout Chapter 1 with Huggy. And so when he shows up, it makes the chase the ever more scary. From a gameplay standpoint, it's quite simple, with just having to straight up run with occasional turns. And then in the end, we pulled that box which caused the bridge to collapse, sending Huggy to his fall. And this was it for today's video. It's quite short, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please subscribe, leave a like, and see you next time. Stay safe.